some and don't be dishonest. Giving you time to think about it, but it's no contest. It's no. I won't contest you.
Welcome back. You're here, you've arrived, and thank God you did, because we've been waiting for a master of ceremonies like yourself to be here for what is indeed today probably the most important day of your life. It is the day that you find out how to spot the haters. But before we even get into that, it is event time now. We have a wonderful one called, what is it called? The Hidden Slime Festival! So basically here, what we're gonna do in this video is have fun at the slime festival, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. We'll go through the rules of the event, and also, as you can see, the title of the video, we're gonna be talking about some funny little topics that do relate to real life, do relate to video games, MMOs, all that good stuff. But we're just trying to teach you how to navigate the world. This is gonna be a little bit of a life guide. Never really been a fan of school, but I do like learning, and this is mostly for me, just to look back and be like, oh yeah, I did say that crazy shit, that's funny. But yeah, let's get into first what we're doing in game. Welcome back to Dragon Quest. This is the Magic Koopa Mark channel, and this is an MMO for the Japanese, for the Tokyoites. And essentially in this event, there's a couple of awesome prizes we have here. But essentially, I'll go ahead and give her a little bit of voice acting here. Right now, the Monster Tower Guild is holding a Hidden Slime Festival. You might be interested in the Hidden Slime Festival, right? I am. What is the Hidden Slime Festival? You're definitely interested in Aria. Okay, right. I said cough, Jesus Christ. The Hidden Slime Festival is a heartwarming, homey, hands-on event hosted by us, the Monster Tavern Guild, to encourage the interaction between slimes and humans. With a simple registration at the start, you can experience it as many times as you like, for free, during the festival period. For the details and event dates, check the... Okay, yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're joining. Alright, let's get you registered right away. Your name is... it's, Kitsu! And so, what a lovely name. Alright, we will register you here. The tournament staff member pulled out a roster-like document, began writing. You gotta get the full Kitsunero, the VT in there and everything. Okay, so registration is complete. Let's take a look at the sheet. It contains information about the emotes used at the tournament. Okay, so look over the sheets, and then I know the pose, and now we have the emote Found It, which is a very funny emote. It's what we use to spot the haters. Alright, so, yes, perfectly. As for the rest, you'll understand the experience. You'll understand once you experience it. When you're ready, please talk to me again. Okay. So, they didn't explain shit, which is funny. So I will explain shit. Basically, you get put into a room with a bunch of other people in a town, usually. Oh yeah, they're explaining it now. So, you know, the good-natured slimes are hiding all over the room. Use various techniques. When you find a hidden slime, approach it and use the Found You emote, and then you get points based on the slime's type. You can also search with your companion, accumulate points, and you get all sorts of prizes. Okay, so they essentially explain it there. There is a couple more mechanics that I will get into as we do this first run. Oh my goodness, she's explaining it again. Please don't explain it again. Okay. But essentially, you just press the B button and you spot the slimes. They're gonna be hidden all over town, and I believe this one is in Gadara, if I'm correct. I think it's just always in Gadara, right? Yes, it is. Okay. It's not Gadara. It's a town of Argani, actually. I just keep calling it Gadara because that's where you usually go. In this area, in this continent. Okay. But here we go. So we found a slime. Press the B button, and then you point to him. You can press the B button again to skip the animation to make this go a little bit faster because you are timed. See right up there, 2 minutes. There's a little bit of Japanese text in the HUD, but essentially just the time limits, and then team points and your points over there on the left, right? And so the other spare mechanics that I was talking about before are the little the goopy guy on the side right there. Essentially, if you collect all of the targeted slimes that are featured over there, like, see, I'm about to get this orange one. Actually, he got it before me, because he's a bitch. No, I'm kidding. We're working together here. If you get all of those, and you get more team points, okay? And team points, I believe you register those for your prizes as well. I think they add them all up or something. But that's about all the mechanics. Like I said, you should probably be double tapping that B button. Technically triple tapping, because you really want to skip the animation. It makes it go a little bit faster so that you can get more slimes in a hefty amount of time. But because this is a recorded video, I will let you guys see the full animation. Probably when I get out here, because we do have the emote. So when I leave, I'll let you guys see the full animation of the Found You emote, because I do think it is a pretty funny emote. You put on like the Mickey Mouse gloves, and you're all like, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that's essentially our whole event here. We're just gonna be running through a little bit of this. I won't keep you for longer than an hour, because I honestly don't think my attention span could go that long if I was watching it. And yapping wise, I don't think my throat is satiated, salivated enough, you know, for that. And yeah, I'm already tired. You know, we did a little bit of a stream of this earlier. If you didn't catch that, it is completely fine. There will be more of them, where I just kind of listen to music, chilled out. We do the morning daily. And today, yeah, I showed off this event for a little bit. But yeah, let's get down to brass tacks, to what we truly are talking about, what you truly came here for. You don't care about this damn MMO. You want to know about the haters. You want to know about the haters, Chosen One. I understand. They're everywhere. They're lurking around every corner, and you need to know how to see them. Because if you don't know how to see them, you're not gonna know who's really out there for you and who's really out there for your neck, your sustenance, your vital organs, right? And there are a couple of telltale signs, but honestly, guys, for the most part, you just gotta trust your main intuition. A lot of people just don't trust, you know, like what they see. Leaflet has this funny, you know, running on joke with her and her siblings here, from, you know, family members back in the day. But it is very true that a lot of people think this way. You have to watch for the people that are like, you know, do you believe? You gotta believe what I tell you. You're gonna believe what you see. You know, you gotta watch those people. And essentially, your intuition will keep you away from that line of thinking. You know, you should always believe what you see, but not only what you see, what you feel. You know, because honestly, with all this conspiracy theory shit, the reason why it holds weight is because it's a feeling. Something doesn't feel right, and we need an explanation for it, and humans are very attached to those. So without further ado, I'm just going to list off a couple of things that are going to key people in to let them know that maybe they're not here for your best interest. Maybe they're not here for your best outcomes in mind, you know? So essentially, what you want to look for is people who tend to look at everything but themselves, right? If it's just a very external way to validate their existence, to you know, validate what's going on in life, or for anything of that nature, if it's a very external mindset that they have, and it's a lack of accountability, that's a hater. And I don't care if it's, you know, technically geared towards the positive in your light right now. The thing is with you know, people with flip-floppy attitudes like this is that it can, you know, literally what I just said, it can flip-flop at any time. So the thing is, if you catch anyone talking behind someone else's back, or, you know, putting the blame on something else, even if it's not really directed at you, just keep your distance, because like I said, man, you know, the hate holds no bars. You know what I'm saying? It can swap at any time. And I'm not saying, you know, completely go ape shit and destroy their lives or whatever, but you have to be vigilant and careful, once again, in your discernment and all that good stuff. The intuition will surely help you choose the right ones in the future. I assure you. Oh, Signal Slime. That is an interesting emote. So we'll go ahead and buy this. I think I want to get all the emotes. So the Nima Slime. Okay, so yeah, we'll get all the emotes. Let's get the slime one first, and then I'll show you guys what these emotes look like, and then we'll get back to the chats here. But yeah, that's the main thing. That's what all of these other tips and tricks are gonna basically lead back to. Is just to look for the people who are looking outside of themselves. And if you are one of those people, you know, it's an easy trick to just sort of be like, maybe it's me. You know, maybe it's me, and I'm just gonna take some time to think about what is truly going on behind the scenes. You know, as long as you have that idea that maybe it could be, okay? That's all you really need, just the pondering. But yes, indeed. Yeah, see, that's the emote there. Oh, there's my alarm. Every time, man. That's the emote there that we do for the event. It's a very cute one. It's a very cute one. Hey, she's pointing at the haters. She's pointing at the haters. Oh my god. Okay, so anyways. Another thing you need to look at that closely relates to the first one is projection. Projection and in general, just people looking for something to blame things on, or if they're insecure about something, you know, they automatically throw it at you. And if you're someone who's really met with a lot of, you know, insults and all these attacks and whatnot, just recognize where they're coming from. And it's a place of insecurity. It's a place of true fear, true anxiety, from not being loved in that one era, you know, one area. And the funny thing about it is these insults can easily, usually, be turned into compliments just depending on, you know, how you react to it. So know that life does not get easier. People are not going to, you know, suddenly stop talking behind your back or, you know, stop insulting you or laughing at your failures. You're just going to get better reactions to them, and it's not going to affect you as much. So there's no need for you yourself to project on anyone else your insecurities. You just gotta work on it. You just gotta work on it, and hopefully silently, because if you work on it too loudly, then you're gonna get even more flack from everyone in your group, because it's not gonna work out for maybe the first 2, 3, maybe even 5 years. And that's just the way of life. It's once again, it's very easy. Very easy to do all this. You know, all of this, it's crazy. You know, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, Dad, I'm probably gonna order food this morning and just have it pop up to my door. And that's for a plethora of reasons. I usually do go out and eat something or cook something, but you know, I did break my foot, and not break my foot, but I stepped on it the wrong way while I was running. Because as you guys do know, I used to be outside every day, but it's been about a week since I did that. So I'm still recovering, and although my foot does feel very good today, I have to really stay off of it. So yeah, I am ordering in. And I have to be grateful for that, you know, the easiness of life. But you can't discount that. Life is so damn easy to do literally everything nowadays that you have to expect, especially the things that you like doing, you just have to expect them to not really bring you to where you need to be immediately. You know, it'll take some time, because once again, you know, when it's really easy to get there, it's gonna be very easy to slip out of it. You want it to be very hard to get there, very difficult, very difficult. But indeed, the problem there is us and our psyches. You expect the success to come as easy as all the other basic shit, but that's not how life works, man. Although everything else is stupidly simple, success in itself is it's something that we create. And we have to do that with God, and a lot of people discount the fact that you can really quantify success as anything, as long as you truly believe it. I'd say me getting to 50 subscribers is a success, and I've been planning for the longest time to do that freaking party, but I still have all the jewels, so I feel like, you know, I'll just wait. And this may sound a little bit greedy, but I kind of want to wait till 100. I kind of want to. And I probably won't. I'll probably just do it at the year anniversary, because crazily enough, I really did start this channel like near October, Halloween era. And I'll probably release this after that, or maybe sometime really close to there. But yeah, I really probably... I really just missed the 50 sub special, because I was having so much trouble starting streaming, like to just understand how to get it going. And then when I finally got it going and had like my first test stream, we kind of blew up and went way past 50, way past 50 that I expected. So I just want to say I really am grateful for truly all of you stopping by every time. You know, you don't realize how much just a pure, honest video watch does for me. If you guys listen to my stupid yaps, it does a lot. It does a lot. So I never want you guys to discount yourself and think, oh man, maybe I'm hating. It's not happening. It's not happening. If you're here, you're wisely learning about things. There's no hate. There's no hate. It's all love. But you have to be aware of the people who are actually in your life, and the reason why I had that huge, tangent, to get off out of nowhere, didn't say the appreciation. The reason why you have to watch people in your life who are actually in your life that you tell this stuff about, your slow progression, is that a lot of people will just be silent when you win. And that is a hating sign. That is a hating sign. And for me, I have been winning every time I upload a video. So if I was friends with me, right? If I was my friend, I would not want to be bombasted with this kind of content. But luckily, all of my subscribers here, they love this shit. They are entitled to this shit. They love the daily uploads and the weird music and the streams. I know you guys love the streams. If you didn't like the streams, you wouldn't subscribe every time I do a stream. So that's the thing, man. You have to really, really be careful about who you speak your stuff to, because if they don't speak back, it's gonna automatically activate your hater senses. And honestly, this doesn't look like success to everyone, but it should to me. And of course, it's not a secret or anything. It's like, oh yes, I'm hiding my social media platforms from people, but I'm just like, I'm not telling people who don't need to know. And honestly, you still don't need to know. If you're in my life, you randomly stumble upon a Magic Koopa Mark video. It's like, hey, his voice sounds familiar. I think I know this Mark. I think I know this Koopa. Which could very well be possible. It's not like it's a hidden, talent or a secret. It's just like you have to recognize that not everybody fucking cares. The number has to be big enough. The reach has to be wide enough. And the most part, you have to be able to help people with it. And right now, I'm helping, certain groups of people. I'm helping 80 people. I'm helping 80 people. But right now, I need to help a lot more because the clout needs to spread. And I feel like Square Enix needs it too. They need to understand that people over here in the West truly are salivating for a pure turn-based experience. Not this horrible weirdo bullshit that Final Fantasy is doing with the trend setting. You just have to do what you've done before, what you've given us before, that we truly love and cherish. And that's my goal. I really do like the game. I really do like the company, but I'm mostly just a fan of MMOs and grinding in general, and something that I can sit down, slightly turn my brain off, and just just listen and learn about myself, so that I can understand how the fuck to connect to other people. Because I feel like for the longest time, I've grown this skill of connecting with other people to such a ludicrously high degree that I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know how to connect with myself. So that's what the content really is for. Of course, I knew from a very young age that being a content creator would be a very, very, very nice, cushiony job, and we all expect it to be. We all really don't expect it to be as hard as I have found out that it is. But you gotta realize it's not for everybody. It's not everyone's mint path or opportunity. You gotta become a yap extraordinaire. You gotta become an editor or creator or whatever. But sadly, in this age, I think we all are kind of gelling towards that area, because the corporate jobs and stuff, they just twist you around. They act like these haters are really for you, and I'll get into another hater side because of that. If you ever find someone who, whenever you're talking about anything, just always has to play the devil's advocate, just always has to go against you because, oh yeah, I'm protecting you, or I'm keeping you sharp, or, whatever, man. If you find someone like that, that is probably a secret hater. And it's crazy because I find myself doing that all the time with people. And it's like, I don't truly consider myself someone who has a lot of hate or anguish in their heart for other people. I truly don't care. But the thing is, although I don't care about your opinions, I want you to defend them. I want you to defend, even if I find them to be right, or the correct thing. I want to see the reasoning, and that's just for me, because I really don't care about a lot of sharp social issues that much. I flip-flopped a lot as far as politics go. I did go to college, so I turned out to be a pretty insane lefty. And I was a big Bernie fan, big Burn head, and then it all kind of changed past couple years, and shit, just the needle moves in the other, ebbs and flows the other way. And I'm not like angry at myself or ashamed of where I've come from or what I've thought, or even the people I've associated with, and I don't think you should be either, or whatever choices you've made. But you gotta watch for the people who generally just, you know, for seemingly no reason, or just like, oh, but what if this goes wrong? What if this goes wrong? You know, and they're just try to get on your bad side for seemingly like no flippin' reason. It's a disease, man, and it's because the world really does feed off of chaos, because chaos breeds attention. If you've got chaos, you've also got attention, right? And the attention economy is crazy. Like I said, guys, these 80 people watching me, all I need for you to do is watch the videos, and crazy things will happen in my life if you just watch the videos, tune into the streams, you know, view the shorts, drop likes, and it's crazy that all that is attention. The advertising agency really has popped off. And I want you guys to realize that you really don't need to be indicted and super invested in these streamer communities and donating every time and, you know, getting in all the lore and being all over the disc. You don't really need to do any of that. A view and a like are worth more than the universe, because not only does it, you know, activate your algorithm and make you see more of the videos, it activates other people's algorithms and lets YouTube know, hey, this is a good video. Somebody watched this thing all the way through. So you gotta watch for people like that, playing devil's advocate, being silent. You also have to watch for these people who show you this tough love bullshit. And I'm done with tough love. As for me, you know, if you know me in real life, don't give me tough love, man. I tough love myself way too much to deal with anybody else's bullshit, you know? I am the person, like I said, guys, I broke my foot. I usually like to walk to the corner store to pick up water, you know, and just carry it home. Because I don't really live too far. I live about half a mile away, right? And, you know, I get like the 20 or so pack of water bottles or whatever. And, of course, broke my foot, or sprained my foot or whatever, because I ran on it the wrong way. And I was like, you know what? I could drive there. I could. But, you know, I'm doing things with my car. I believe at the time I needed to pump air in my tires or whatever. So I'm like, I could drive there, but I don't care. I'm going to hate myself. I'm going to, you know, detrimentally ruin my day, possibly, by going out there and exercising, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know if it's really exercise. I just fucking like doing it, you know? So I did it, you know? I with the broken foot, with the pain, you know, and everything, I was like, yeah, I'll just go carry these giant water bottles, 0.5 miles home, you know? So I walked about a mile that day. And yeah, that's the kind of tough love that I give myself on a daily basis. There are many times, like today, where I just don't feel like working out, where I just don't feel like, you know, making a video, where I just don't feel like doing, you know, Japanese work or writing kanji. And, you know, the many days where I just do it. And now there are a lot of days where I intuitionally listen to myself and I don't fucking do it, you know? But you have to build the habit to sort of do the bad things to yourself, intentionally cause your own suffering, so you can get away from that feeling at a later date. Because, you know, it truly right now, I will say, today, my foot feels great. Like, I can still tell I fucked it up. But I can walk on it, and indeed, I probably will walk on it today. I'll probably do about the same amount of walking I did that other day, because you don't want to stress you out. You don't want to stress you out. You don't want to stress you out, right? Indeed. But yeah, I'll probably walk a little bit today too. Because, you know, it's not like, oh, I have to do it to get some result or do something. I just like doing it. And that's what you guys should recognize. There are a lot of good things to do in life. There are a lot of good ways to succeed in life. But if you're not loving the process, switch to something else. As someone who's literally good at almost everything, if you don't love the process, it's not going to bring you any kind of light. It really isn't. It's actively going to be a detrimental force to you, because, you know, you're going to become good at it, and then you're going to resent the fact that you're good at it. And that is a terrible thing. I done customer service for a long time. I'm very good at customer service. Am I happy that I'm good at customer service? No. Every time I get told, oh, good boy, good job, I cringe now. You know, I'm disgusted now. Every time somebody says you're such a good friend, I'm cringe now. I am disgusted now. And I don't think that's how it should be. But it's due to this low trust society that I really just can't deal with things like that. And I think truly being able to spot the haters and snip the stuff in the bud before it even, you know, has a chance to affect you like it's affected me is a good way to go. And it's affected me so much that I really just had to take a step back and do a reset, because I'm like, there ain't no way that I'm getting annoyed from, you know, texting my mom or having a conversation with a good friend or a good coworker. You know, there's no way I'm getting annoyed from something that should generally be a good thing. But I was. And you have to watch for this. You have to watch for a lot of things from the haters. And I'd say that the biggest thing that you need to watch for from a hater is when they get a little off put, or they just always have to come back at you when you brag about yourself, or when you say like, oh, I'm the shit. You really have to watch, because this is the most subtle thing. Because of course, you know, narcissists and all this stuff will do that and all the time. They'll be like, ah, you know, it's a terrible person. Look at this guy. Look at this. But you have to realize that if it's a consistent thing, once again, we're not looking at the little actions, we're looking at consistency. If it's a consistent thing that they can't just let you have a win, you know, then that's more than just a joke, man. That's more than just a joke. You're not just an eternal loser unless you think you are, and then you are. But you realize thoughts like this are making you they're forcing you into the loser mindset. And the only thing that should force you into the loser mindset is yourself. And you should only force yourself into the loser mindset to grow out of it, right? A lot of people, when they force you into the loser mindset, they don't want you to grow out of it. You know, they want you to stay stuck there so they can get themselves out of the loser mindset. And this is mostly my fault, because I really haven't made a lot of friends outside of work. And that's because I don't want friends. I find this fact to be so disturbing to some people. But I don't want friends. And I don't think I ever have wanted friends. I think I've wanted people to talk to. That's why it's good I got this YouTube channel. I wanted a platform to speak my mind, speak my thoughts, and to be creatively expressive. But I don't think I wanted friends. I think I naturally gained friends because I am a personable person. I'm not a mean person. And I was just around them. And that's all friends are, guys. You just have to be friendly, and you just have to show up to the same place around the same people, and you will become friends. That's why, you know, the whole adjective of friendly exists. There's a way to act to attract friends, and that's all you really need. You don't need anything else. Okay? I assure you, it's not that you're too ugly. You know, it's not that you're too weird. It's that there's really no social spaces to go besides like bars and your work and your job. You know, and if you don't have any of those, you know, second spaces, you're basically stuck with the motherfuckers from high school. And if you've ever had a high school experience like me, you know, where you're constantly called an Oreo, or, you know, made fun of for being the tall guy, you know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, man. I didn't realize these people were haters. But, you really don't need to realize it. It's sort of an intellectual intuition thing that it comes to you. It's just like, maybe they're not a hater, but maybe they're just an energy that I don't want around me, right? And so I recognized this at a young age, and I was like, well, I don't really like any of my quote-unquote friends in high school besides like maybe a few people, so, you know, I'm just gonna disconnect from that. But, you know, it leaked onto there where I really wasn't trusting myself fully, and it leaked onto my college experience where I just attracted the same kind of people. Because I wasn't actually searching for a friend group. I was not, you know, people were searching for someone like me to be in their friend group. So I'm very usable. And it doesn't mean, you know, oh, such a pushover. It just means I'm very willing to work and learn skills that I may not need in my later life, because I know there's a way to alchemize that into something useful. There always is. There always is. And so don't discount, you know, the arc of your life where you're going through and you're just discovering things and you're whatever, you know, like I said, no regrets, guys. I do love everybody who has brought me to where I am today. You know, every soulmate that I've met who has changed my soul. You know, I'm not regretting any of that, but you have to realize, you know, what your true goals are for life, what your true vision is. And luckily I've cemented my vision. I've cemented my, psyche into where I think it needs to go. And now that we've got that locked in, we just have to walk, you know, because the mental is going to shape the outer. So, you know, now that I've got that vision, that picture locked in for what I truly want, where I truly want to go, first of all, you got to embody it and act like you're already there. And second of all, you have to just, all in all, keep going and not care about results, not care about the haters, not care about, the naysayers, the tweeters, deleters, feeders. You have to not care. And it's a very annoying thing to learn, but a lot of times when people hate, they just want a reaction. It doesn't matter if it's a good reaction or a bad reaction. They just want a reaction. They just want some of the attention that you naturally get from just being you. And how do you get that? You try to tear it down, and then I'll react and flip out, and then you've tamed the beast somehow, But that's not how this shit works no more. We're not laughing at jokes that aren't funny. We're not bowing to someone else's compliments or weird backhanded comments. And we're not interacting with your projections of fear or your silence when I tell about my wins or whatever. And we're about done here. I believe I've given you guys a good 30 minutes, but I will end this off with an anecdotal story that literally just happened, okay? And it's funny because I could tell that he knew he did something weird when he immediately came back, like not even like a couple of days later. So essentially, like I said, guys, I hurt my foot. I broke my damn foot. I sprained it or whatever, but it feels fine now. All that good stuff. Little bit swollen still, but it's fine. And essentially, when this happened, my dad, who split up from my mom, did come by, and just decided to see how I was doing. He loves to do this just randomly, unprompted or whatever. And we had a talk, and essentially he just wanted to know why I haven't been talking to him, and why I haven't been. And I'm like, bro, I don't talk to anyone. I don't like to talk to anyone. I don't feel the need to talk to anyone. But he's feeling a little down about that and about everything, and just for my entire life I've just felt nothing but just anguish from speaking with this man because of most of the reasons that I just mentioned. And in this very conversation, when I'm just kind of chilling out, I'm being the personable person I am, and I don't know what I said that really prompted this on, but I said something like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm here, I got this, whatever, I'm just doing my thing, I'm sustaining, look at this wonderful room I got, I'm chilling here. And then he just looked around and said, this is nothing. This is nothing. This or this ain't shit or whatever. And it's the small things like that just make me realize that people are just here to dim your light and put you in the box that they can shine in. Okay? And I've realized this my entire life from people that are closest to me, that they see my light is too fucking bright. I see it myself, okay? And when you discover this, there's just people that automatically try to squeeze you into where they can just visualize it, where they can understand it. And honestly, it was kind of a crime for me to not make more content and post it on the internet or whatever before, but it's a good thing I still kept up with the art and everything, because I really do feel like the expression is where I need to go. It's where my vision leads. And luckily during this period of just pure apathy towards life, I still, for some reason, wanted to express myself musically, artistically, dance-wise, fashion-wise. I still wanted to express myself. I just did not want to be seen. And I didn't want to be seen because I was raised by someone like my dad, who still fucking does it to this day. It just sees something I have that I'm proud of and says, yeah, no, that's shit, that's trash, that's ass, that's booty. And then, like I said, it has a good ending because he did come back and, he helped me a lot. He gave me this knee brace the second time, because the first time he literally just came over and said, oh, you're injured, you're shit, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, the end of the conversation got good because I just told him, hey, man, you're just dimming my light. You've always been dimming my light. You keep dimming my light. You continue to dim my light. And it was funny because it was right before I was about to stream. So it's like physically stopping me from doing what I love doing, which is making videos and talking to you guys. And, making fun of the room that I've made, the environment that I've set up, the relaxation that I've created for myself. And that's the thing, guys. It goes a long way just to watch, just to breathe in someone's energy without judgment and just let them be. And like I said, it has a happy ending because he came back. He said, like, look, you're doing so good. You should get paid for this shit. I'm like, whatever, dog. Whatever. Just leave me the fuck alone. That's the thing, guys. I don't care if I get money for this. I don't care if I don't get money for this. I just want to survive and keep doing this. So I hope you want to survive and watch this. Because it's keeping me alive for sure. I know a lot of streamers and people who, you know, did not want to continue on with life. And they found it through content creation. They found the will through content creation. And I think that is where I will find my will. It's not through other people that are already been my life. You know, it may be for them eventually in the future. But for now, the content creation will help me understand myself. It'll help me understand the world a little bit better. It'll help me navigate things. So this has been a long ending chat. I apologize. But I had a lot to say about the haters. I got a lot to say about the haters, you know? We'll never name them directly because, like I said, the only way to deal with this kind of hate is with silence, and it's very annoying. It's very annoying, but it's the only way. It really is. You have to just give them no silence, no reaction, you know, no love, no energy. It's gotta shut up. It's gotta shut up. And with that, I will be shutting up myself. I hope you guys love the video. You hate the video, whatever you do to the video, make sure it consents first. Okay, I love ya. Peace out. And I will catch you next event, baby. Yeah.